Hey, it's Jack Trash, and this is the Riff, and today we're talking about reading. What? Yes, we're talking about reading. Rock stars have come out with their memoirs, everybody from Sammy Hagar to Steven Tyler to you name it, they've written a book. And now, your favorite guy, and if he's not already, he will be, Thrasher, has written a book, My Mentor in Radio. The whole reason that I'm sitting here in front of the camera is this guy's fault.
Ooh, very scary idea.
Exactly. So you have written a book. What is the name of the book?
Yeah, Headbanging Radio. I wrote the book as a result of not only my KNEC experiences, but my experiences getting into radio and the whole deal. It's 3/4 KNEC, obviously, because that was the most important part of what I did in radio. It's about my personal story. Now, the history of the station is something that needs to be told, perhaps like in a film, which, we'll keep our fingers crossed and work on that. But these are my personal stories. I thought about, what do I do? How do you approach this whole KNEC history thing? And as a listener to it, as well as somebody who worked there, I always wondered what's going on backstage in there. Those crazy people, what are they doing in that building when when the records are playing? So that's what this is. These are my stories. These are funny things, hopefully, and entertaining and enlightening things, insightful perhaps, that happened to me.
Why now, though?
Well, what happened was, a few years ago, we had the 30th anniversary celebration of the launch of the metal era of KNAC, the pure rock era, if you will. It's all Mike Stark's fault. Mike Stark, my producer at KNAC, and owner and operator of the LA radio studio down in the Los Angeles Harbor, a great, beautiful radio production studio that I use to this day. I was telling a friend a story about something that happened to me at KNAC. And it was, in fact, about my participation in the Monsters of Rock, 1988, that summer. I was called to go on stage there. Yeah. And in recounting that story, my friend, Lee Ballinger, also a podcaster and rock writer, said to me, dude, you've got some funny stuff there. You should start writing. And I thought it over for a bit and started. I started with the Monsters of Rock story, and it kind of escalated from there. It took a while, in recounting from memory, and, the thrash by memory at this stage of the game, I needed a lot of fact-checking, to be honest, and Long Paul was great help with that. You've been great help with that. So anyway, that was the inspiration, was the celebration that we had at that 30th anniversary, and the hundreds of people that showed up.
Yes.
It was insane. People flew into California, from Florida, Brian Schock from Texas, Greg Steele from God knows where he was at that point. He showed up, and all the LA people were around, and it was just an insane thing, and I realized how important a story it was, not only for me, but for everybody. So I'm going to share mine, and at some point or another, we'll get into the documentable history of the station, because that's also quite fascinating, and it has a place in LA radio history, and FM rock radio history in particular. It was a groundbreaking little station that went from the ashes, to success, and all of our memories. This is 30-some years later we're talking about this. It's an important thing, at least for me and for everybody, so shut me up.
The most important question of this is, where can you get the book?
Well, all right. It's going to be on Amazon, all forms of Amazon, UK, Canada, Europe. It's going to be Barnes & Noble. All of the national booksellers, it's going to be placed on there. It's going to look for Headbanging Radio, and we're going to show you the cover, so when you find it, you'll know exactly where you are. I don't think there'd be much mistake in it anyway, so all of those booksellers. I have a website that's in construction right now. It's going to be up even before completely finished, so that you can read the free previews of Headbanging Radio, my book, as a sample, as a freebie. Check it out. If you like it, great, wonderful. We'll go further with it from that point. So Headbanging Radio, the website, Headbanging Radio, the Facebook page, and we're going to do all that stuff. So I'm a novice at this, so bear with me. My website constructing capabilities, a little sketchy, but all right.
The very first person to own a copy of Headbanging Radio will be somebody who has won from the Riff. Coming up just Friday, we have a pair of tickets to see Def Leppard and Journey to the show of your choice. A couple of ICJUK shirts, which are the shirts that I'm wearing right now, and also that Joe Elliott wears on stage. every single night. We've got a Def Leppard trucker hat. We've got a limited edition Def Leppard record and a Riff with Jack Trash t-shirt, which you can use to wash your car, and a copy of the book, Headbangin' Radio. It'll be the very first copy that anybody has, and it could be yours. All you have to do is go to melaniesguidelines.com and enter to win. That's all you have to do. Thank you so much.
Dude, good to be here. Thank you.
I don't